Hello everyone and welcome back to a video. My name is Programmer Tabby, and in this video I'm actually going to be playing a Roblox game. It is called Rise of Nations. I'm going to try to find it. There, hello everyone. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so first what you want to do is you're going to see a whole map. I'm on a private server, so there won't be other people, but usually there will be. First you pick a country. In this case, I'm just going to be Austria. So you got the small little country, gotta find where you are first. I got my infantry, and all these dots are your cities. The squares are like your bigger cities, like that have more than 1 million. Um, if you hover over it, it says mountains, which means you move slower. Your troops do. Okay, so on the bottom left, you see we have treasury. That's how much money you have. And if you're on computer, and you click E, it shows you how much you're making, like per day. Per 5 days, but technically, yeah. Here's your population. Here's your manpower. I'll explain that later. And then here's all your troops of types. Um, so first, this is technology. If you click A, if you're on keyboard mouse, you can see technology. There's different types with a lot to do with the game. Um, so I'm just going to do easiest, or probably the most important, economic. So you see these lines? That's what it goes to. So if I do this, it gives me more options to do stuff. Here I'm just gonna buy it. Here's my research points, research power. Here's factory output. So factory output, 20% more, 10% more in tax income, and 20% more resource output. I'm gonna talk about that later. So manpower. Manpower is used to make troops. So if you click on any of your cities, whatever you guys play on, you can see there's build road, resources, units, and buildings. Um, so if I go to units, there's a lot of different type of units in this game. Main one is like infantry and tanks. So infantry, if I hover over it, it tells you it costs $1 million for 10K, 10,000 manpower or MP, which is manpower. So right now I have 73,000, and the second number is how much I can hold, and then upkeep is 20,000. So if you click back on E, this will go 20,000 lower military upkeep. So let me just, let's say, like make it all infantry. So whenever this is done, whenever it is, boom, 10K more. And then the second most common is tanks. Tanks do use resources, which if you go on the bottom right, if you're on what's it called, computer, it says resources. And then if you just click on any, it'll show you where it is made. So there is 1.5 of 0.5 aluminum right here in these two cities. And then of course I can keep going out, but yeah, there's oil all over the world, lots of oil. You can see how much you have. Like I can see I have like 0.7, 0.7, 0.7, or 2, and then fertilizer, and you can keep going to with all of them. If you want to get out, you just click none, or unless you want one to keep up. Like if I want to see how much where the all the oil is, and then you click resources again. See, it still pops up. If you don't, click none, then resources. There's biomes. So here is I'm actually not sure what it means exactly as. Oh, okay, this is arid and this is like normal. Like this is like grass. Not grass. What is it? I don't know what it is. It's like the normal, I guess. Here's Arctic, all up here. And then sea it still says like hilly and then sea and it's all arid. And then here we got the jungle. Here we got more arid, more jungle, more arid, and you guys get it. It keeps going. I'm pretty sure there's only three types. Yeah, it seems like it. Not sure why. They should make another one. Terrain is like if it's hilly, semi-mountainous. The higher, so hilly, like your troops move like 50% slower. I think semi-mountainous is like 100, and then mountainous is like 125, something. I don't exactly know the numbers. But yeah, you can clearly see all of them, and then here's terrible with their mountains. A lot here, a lot over here, and a lot over here. As you can still see a lot. Um, then we got political, which is like the normal, which is like all the different countries. Ideologies is, I'll explain that later. Factions, you can make like teams in this game. So let's say I click on E. You can click on other stuff too. Like W is diplomacy, technology is A, S is military view, which is how many troops you have and how much you're spending. And then I don't remember what E. E is economic, and then Q is your country view. So if you go country view, here is ideologies. So you can pick, I'll explain it later in a different video. Policies, modifiers, rankings, and factions. So then we got diplomatic, which I'm pretty sure only shows your countries if I'm correct. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so there's everything. So back to political. So, okay, so how to declare war. So click on a country. Let's say declare war on Hungary, right? I'm very hungry for their country. Okay, so you gotta click on their flag. Then instead of declaring war, you have to do justify war goal. So there's three different types. All of them are for different days. This will take 75 days in the game, which is at the top. 90 days, 120. Usually you want to do conquest. It's just the quickest, and so you do actually have to wait 75 days in the game to be able to declare war. Not sure why they made it like that. So let's say like here, let's go into the more basics, moving around. So if you're on keyboard and mouse, I don't know about anything else. Um, if you want to like move your screen like this, you hold right click, and then you can always do stuff. If you want to zoom out, you got the scroll or zoom in, and then yeah, if you scroll enough, it does this, and then it goes to flat. It's cool, three different views. So if you want to click on one, you left click. Like whenever you see this like white box, that's how you know you're going to click on it. So you see how the white box, if I click left click, then it does that. Let's say I'm not, then it doesn't do anything. So there's that. And then to move them, you click on them. You see this white line? That's where you're making them go. So let's say I want this 10k infantry to go to this 20k. So I'm gonna click that, click, and then the white line's gonna go directly to the white box, and then boom, you moved them to them. So another thing you could do is if you click on your cities, oh, I can go to war. So okay, wait. So now since the conquest is done, you click on their country or one of their cities. Can't be where their infantry is unless you want to zoom in, but click on one of their cities, their flag, declare war, conquest, and then declare war. Then you gotta wait till this pops up. So now I'm in war. So let's get some more infantry. So something you can do is if you actually, you can, if you have like, let's say, here, let me make an infantry. And then maybe an infantry here. So whenever these are done, if you actually, on the home page of your computer, I bet you guys have done this. You guys have done this like the type of box, right? If you do that over all your troops, even if you do it in other countries, it only does yours. You'll do all three. If they have the green box, that means they're like within the thing. So I'm gonna make them all go to this. I'm gonna make them all go right here. So now all three will go there. So if you hold control while doing it, while doing this, if you hold control, then it will actually do all your cities. It will do only yours, of course. So now, if you want to like mass production, Like let's say I wanna make you infantry in all of my cities. Or, I can maybe, let's say I only want to do these four, and you only do it over those. It even says four cities, and the green boxes are over them. You can even see through it, even like through the 4K and the flag and all that. It's cool. You click whatever you want, units, and then in this case I'm gonna do infantry. So in all four of those cities, infantry will be made. Remember, you gotta keep track of your manpower. Each infantry takes 10,000. So here, I'm gonna build infantry in 3 cities, but I only have 23,000. So it only let me build 2, and then here will say need at least 10,000 manpower. So I don't have enough. A quick way to get manpower, or a quicker way, control, of course you can do whatever cities you want, go to buildings, and then click Recruitment Center. Increases manpower gained by 25%. So that's of the population. So if the population is 2.6 million, it'll make a lot more than if a city has 162,000. So I'm just gonna do in all of them. Go to Buildings, Recruitment Center. So something else you can also do is Develop City. Increases the city tier by 1, increasing manpower and tax gain. But it costs a lot more. So the recruitment center costs 18 million. Is that for one or is that for all? Okay, that's for one. That's for all. So it costs 810,000. I think it depends on the actual city. Let me check. Okay, it depends on how big the city is. So this is 162,000. This is 94,000. But if it's something like 2.6 million, it'll be $12 million. Remember, this is your money right here. So buildings, develop city, increase manpower and tax gain only in that city. That's only 700,000. So something else you could do is fortifications. It makes the city harder to capture, also increases friendly defensive bonuses. Upkeep is also required to pay. So if you click back on E, you can okay, not E, sorry. Um, if you click E or any of those really, you could go to military. Not military, what is it? Oh yeah, just E. Right here is your expensive and your income. Expensive, trade, I'm not buying anything. Military, and then reinforcements. If I put reinforcements on a city or fortification, then it'll pay. Like I have to pay money to keep it. If you ever want to delete a building, go to your city, whatever one, buildings, and then click the X mark. So let's say in this city over here, I don't think it's worth having a recruitment center. I can always X mark, and yeah, let's do in this city too. It doesn't give you your money back, so kind of sucks. Okay, remember I want to like make the box thingy over all your troops, and then I'm gonna bring them all right here. So automatically they all combine, but there's actually a way to make them not combine. I'll cover that in a different video. Okay, so now let's talk about actually fighting. So you can click on your troop. You can either do what most people do, is auto capture in the Hungary, which will automatically make it capture all the cities you can. But something else you could do if you want a specific city, you click on or whatever you want, and then you click on the city. So like if I click here, it won't attack the city. If I wait until it says like the name, then it'll go attack the city. So you see this line up here? That's how far it is into taking a city. Well, that was too easy of a city. So whenever you attack an AI, not a real player, whenever you attack an AI, the AI will actually make all their troops go towards that city that was lost and try to take it back. They won't take yours, only the one you took. So in this case, since I had a lot more troops, I've won. So whenever you're in war, you usually want to get more troops, just make sure you're doing better. So in these 2 cities, I want to get more infantry, and then this guy can actually keep doing auto capture. Oh, my 20,000 are done. Okay. So if you guys haven't seen, I've been doing reinforcements. I've been clicking it off, which means whenever, let's say, this guy gets, like, someone gets damaged, like this guy, if I have the reinforcements on, it'll heal the troops, but use your manpower and it'll cost you money. So usually, it's better just to make new people than spend the more money and the more manpower. It's usually cheaper, basically. So this guy, I'm gonna make go. Here, I'm gonna make him help. Actually, while this guy is attacking the capital, this guy's going to attack the small little city. So they're taking over. You see this orange line. Keep going higher. Boom! It said I took the capital. So now they're going to get weaker because they took it. Because this guy's still in auto capture, he's automatically, but this guy isn't, so he's just going to stay still until I make him. Something else you can actually do, halt, which if you guys don't know what it means stop. So something you can actually do, which a lot of people do, is if you click on the troop, if you click on split in half, it'll split your troops into two. If you go back over it, like you gotta do this, because if you just click on it, only do one of the troops. You gotta do that, and then you gotta click auto merge off. So make it so they won't accidentally merge back together. So if you click auto capture two separate guys, they won't both be 18,000, but they'll both mean 9,000. They will both go capture cities. Different ones too. So here they are. Let's do this with this guy actually. I want to make him halt, which means stay still. Auto merge off. Split in half. Okay, let's do it a couple times because he's a lot. Like he has 66,000. Okay, now I'm gonna click auto merge. And now there's gonna be four separate guys, 16,000 or somewhere around there, all attacking different cities. So this makes it easier, but not as strong. So whenever they still, like this guy, that means there's too many guys that going after cities that this guy has nothing to do because they're already getting taken over. Or they're going to them still. So this is the last city, taking it over, you see this orange line, and boom, the collapse of Hungary. All organization resistance in Hungary has been following the capture of the last settlement. Wonderful. So now I took all of Hungary. So what you need to do next to make sure you keep Hungary and everything inside, click on the bottom right flag, or says the or whatever country you are, it'll say in war name. If this is in red letters, that means you took that means you took all their cities. So you can click view cities and it shows you they have none. You can actually click view cities of yours and it shows you all yours. So now you click negotiate terms. I'll explain this in a different video. Negotiate terms. So I'm going to explain most of these. Annex cities. If you click, these are all red. So if I click send terms, they'll get all their land back and everything inside. If I make it green, then that thing will become true. So if I click green for annex cities, it'll let me keep all of their cities that I took. If it's red, then they get to keep it. Like, it'll bring it back. So annex cities. You can always click select cities if you want specific ones. So right now it's giving me all of them. If I click out of this, then they will actually get this city. So if I want them, let's say, have these three cities, like they will come back to life and take these three cities, then they will be still alive. But if you don't want them to be, you want them all to be green, like the green little box back. Okay, so that's annex. Something else is C state treasury. So it'll give me all their money, or it'll give me the percentage you put. So I click green, it'll give me 5% of all their money. But I can actually make that higher. You can either right click it, or you can just spam left click. If you right click, it'll automatically make it to maximum or lower. The right is to go higher, the left is to go lower. Same thing with the resources, except the resources and not money. It'll give you 5% of the resources or 75%. I'm not sure why it's not 100%. I honestly have no clue. And then this I'll talk about in a different video. So I'm going to demand the terms. Gotta make sure these are all green again. 75%, 75%. Make sure I got all of the cities. And click send terms. Are you sure? Yes. So now I get all of their oil, or I get 75% of their oil, copper, and aluminum. I get 75% of all their resources and money, and all their land. So now this is all mine. So whenever you take over a city,